There's an unfortunate conversation that African American parents at some point must all have with our children. And we have to have it because it concerns their safety and their well-being. I remember Erin coming home. She was about 7, and she said to me in surprise, and like I don't get it. She said, "Mom, I'm black." And I was like, my response was, "Who told you?" And so now I've got to tell my kid, the world we live in is not fair. You know, because of the color of your skin, somebody might want to harm you. Because of the color of your skin, somebody may say harsh things to you. Just because of the color of your skin, there's systemic things that you're going to have to deal with.
I went to a predominantly white school. You had the same teacher for 2 years, like or kindergarten first, second and third, and so on. So my kindergarten and first grade teacher, she was like very supportive. But I started like as soon as I got to like second grade, my unit B teacher, I don't know, she just like made it seem like I was not. I wasn't progressing. I was like always behind, which was weird for me because I was always ahead. As far as my like anxiety goes, like on a day-to-day basis, I'm pretty anxious all the time. I think like the most anxious I've been was like whenever my dad had to be sent to the hospital because he had 2 heart attacks in a row, and then he was put into a coma, and that was a 6-hour drive to Chicago. So it was like really super stressful and anxiety. I had a lot of anxiety surrounding that situation, just because like my stepmom didn't tell me that he was in the hospital. Like I had to find out through like my mom, who found out from my aunt, and that was difficult. I think that's kind of whenever my anxiety got a little worse.
It got to the point where Erin's father and I took Erin to have an assessment because we were trying to figure out, does she have a learning disorder? We really wanted to know. These teachers keep telling us that she's not meeting the milestones. So what's wrong? If there's something wrong, we want to intervene.
Maybe you have like ADD or like dyslexia or like something. They were always like saying I have that. Always saying you can't do this because you have this, rather than like listening to me. Like they never listened to what I needed. It was more like, all right, you're the only black student in this class, so here's that. So like after that, I guess like my confidence, like it went down like a lot, and so I don't try as hard in school.
Probably around freshman year, and she's still telling me, "Mom, I think I need help." Then finally, I took her to get some counseling, and that's when we learned that she had some anxiety issues and depression issues. But as a freshman is when I saw it. I saw just a drastic behavior change. She did not want to be around people. She wanted to stay in her room.
I started self-harming 6th grade, or cutting rather, in 6th grade. I think that was like the only form of self-harm I did. Yeah. But I just had like a lack of emotion. I was like, I'm gonna feel something other than anxious, depressed, and angry. And I was tired of that. I was like, I don't want, it's not, I don't like it. So I was like, you know what? This might be something I should try. So I did it.
"Why do you have these bruises on your arm?" And she said, "I tried cutting myself." And I was like, "What do you mean you tried cutting yourself? What's going on?" She was like, "It was a long time ago. It was a long time ago, and I don't do it anymore." And I guess I just like sank. Like as a parent, I was like, why have I not paid attention to this? Why didn't I ever see this before? What is going on with my kid?
But it was more like protecting myself from like other people. It was more like me like, hey, it's okay. Like if I do this like often enough, then like I won't have to talk to other people. Like I won't have to open up about like how I'm feeling, because this will replace that. I won't have to go to therapy because this will replace that. There's no need. So as far as like art goes, I've always drawn. And as far as like anxiety goes, it's the weirdest thing. because like I get like anxious if it doesn't turn out the way I want it to, but it's also helpful because I still like try to push myself to like, if I want to, like post the art like on Instagram or whatever so other people can see it, or like send pictures of my art to other people, even if I don't like the way it came out, because it's upsetting to me if it's not like perfect, because I'll have like an image in my mind, doesn't come out the way I want it to, but I still did it. You want to succeed, you want to like go on to college and do like great things, but like you always like hear people like you can't because of this, or you can't because of that. You're not meant to do this because you are black. Like you can't do that. It's not meant for you. It's just meant for a certain group of people.
Being a minority in this country who is experiencing some type of mental health issue is difficult. It's difficult from your own race because typically as black people, the first thing we're going to tell you is Jesus will fix it. Don't worry about it. Pray about it. It's going to be okay by and by. You know, we have so many euphemisms that negate that a person needs real help. If somebody's leg is broken, I'm not going to tell them Jesus will fix it. I'm going to tell them to go to the ER and have it reset and get a cast put on it, because that makes sense. But in the African American community, we don't feel that way about mental health. And that's unfortunate because there's a lot of people out here hurting other people because they're hurting.